All right, hi guys. Um, First, let me welcome you guys to the machine learning program for pharmacists, 2019. And this is just a short installation and introduction video, the first of so many. Right. So let's go into the nitty gritty. Right. All right. So welcome once again to this program. We're excited to have you. Um, so first thing that will happen is usually when you're accepted, when you apply and you're accepted into this program, you'll be invited to a Slack group. Every other thing happens in the Slack group. And so when you get to the Slack group, you'll be expected to edit your profile and then upload a picture. The next thing you'll be expected to do is to introduce yourself on the general channel of the Slack group, right? And then the next thing we want you to do is to read through our code of conduct. So if you check through the general channel, you scroll up, um, you'll see where we pasted our code of conduct. We take this code of conduct very important because of so many kinds of people on the program and the kind of inclusion we are pushing for. We want everyone to have a very pleasant experience. And then next thing you need to do is take the primer, commit your answers to the assignment channel. Unfortunately, yesterday was the deadline for submission of the primer course. So if you're just joining us, you can head over to this URL, elitedatascience.com/forward/primer. To take the course. It shouldn't take you more than 2 hours to complete the primer course, right? And then we had this yesterday, but unfortunately we couldn't finish up because of network issues here and there. So we'll be expecting to finish up on Wednesday or Thursday. But as a way, I'm going to send the information when it's ready. And then this is just an overview of what we're supposed to treat under the mentorship session. So very quickly, I'll just take you guys through installation requirements, right? So the first thing you'll be installing is Python, right? So head over to this URL, python.org//downloads. I've sent the links to the YouTube channel, and the links are also on the installation channel of the Slack group. So this is to download Python for those of you using Windows. If you're using a Mac, the URL is different. It's python.org/download/macOS to download the latest Python distribution. If what you have on your laptop is Python 2.7, right, you would need to upgrade to Python 3.7.2. But if you have Python 3.4 or Python 3.6, then I think you're good to go. Then the next thing that you're going to be downloading is the Anaconda distribution. So head over to anaconda.com/download, and then you can download for either Windows or for Mac OS or for the Linux environment. The next thing you would be downloading, you'll be downloading is a Visual Studio Code. So go to this URL, code.visualstudio.com/download, and then you can either download for Windows or download for Mac. And then the last two you'll be using for this course is GitHub, right? So go to github.com, open a profile, and then start a project. So you'll be required to start a project. Just like this, starting a project, it requires creating a new repository, a code repository for a particular machine learning work you are doing. So I'm going to name this project Machine Learning 2019. You can name it anything, just anything. Description is not compulsory, but you can. So let me just give it a random description. Say machine learning. Yeah, where's that? For Pharmacists in Africa 2019. You can leave your repository as a public repository, so anyone can see it, and you can choose to commit to your code. If you want to do something that requires secrecy, right, you can use a private repository, but it's not free. You would have to pay for that. I think it's about $10 per month or so. I'm not sure. You can initialize with a repository, with a README rather. It's usually not compulsory, right? It's usually not compulsory. let me say machine learning course, but it wouldn't allow me. So, so you can create a repository out of this. So what will happen is that we would send you Python notebooks, right? So you copy Python notebooks from the code. You copy code from Python notebook sent to you, and then you open your new Python notebook. You copy the code. You paste the code in your own Python notebook, and then you would upload it. You will run it on your Python notebook, and then you upload it to GitHub. I'm going to show you an example. So I'll create this repository, and then I'll show you how to open Anaconda. So let me open Anaconda. Let me show you how to open Anaconda. Execution window. Okay, so let me change my window. Okay, so usually what will happen is if you go to your search bar after installing Anaconda, type Anaconda. You'll see Anaconda prompt that looks like your usual, right? So let me show you. Let me be sure you are seeing this. Let me show you how that looks like. All right, so this is what the Anaconda prompt looks like. So this is where you're going to be opening all the packages that you're going to be using for your machine learning work. So just type in Jupyter Notebook with this exact spelling, Jupyter Notebook, and then click on enter. So what happens is that your computer would open your Jupyter Notebook for you inside your browser. So let's see how that works, right? And then, boom. So let's go to the browser now. Boom. Right. So usually when you open your Jupyter Notebook takes you to the root folder of your computer. And you will discover that in my root folder, I have a Jupyter folder, right, that houses all of my data science and machine learning work, right? So this is a good practice so that you can have all your work in the same place for easy retrieval of for easy retrieval of your code. I would advise that you create a new folder inside your root folder for your YP in AI course. So I've created a folder named YP in AI, right? Open the folder and create 4 workbooks. Workbook 1, workbook 2, workbook 3, workbook 4. So 1 workbook for a month. So for this month, we are going to do workbook 1. So open workbook 1 and then create a new Python 3 notebook. And create a new Python 3 notebook inside workbook 1. And what you would do usually is that in the code we're going to send to you, I'm going to send workbook 1 link to you via Google Drive. So what you need to do is to open the workbook, name it the same way we've named ours, right? Copy the code inside the Python notebook we sent to you. Copy it and paste it into your own Python notebook, right? Run it. When you finish running it, save it, and then upload it to GitHub. So that's what you're going to be required to do. And I'm going to show you an example of what you're going to be required to do. So this is the Python crash course Python notebook. It's taking some time. You know why. So this is the Python crash course. So you'll take all of the code in this Python crash code. For example, this part of the code, copy the entire thing. Copy the entire thing. Go into the new workbook that you've created, paste it, and run it by using Shift Enter. So Shift Enter will run the code for you, and then you'll get an output. So we'll be expecting you to do this for all of the work, all of the notebooks we are sending to you. And then in the next video, I'm going to be teaching you how to upload your Jupyter notebooks to GitHub. Lastly, we are going to, I just want to show you around the Slack channel for those of you who are just joining us. So this is how the Slack channel looks like, right? If you go to the left-hand side of your Slack channel, of your the Slack group, you will see different channels, right? If you hit plus, you'll see all of the other channels that you might not have joined, just so that you can join. But this is to create a channel. Right. So the general channel is just for general information, self-introduction, and all of that stuff. The assignment channel is for submission of assignments. So if you've not taken the primer course, you're supposed to take the primer course, right? Answer the questions in a PDF or a Word document, and then upload it to the assignment channel. The installation channel is for asking questions on installation, right? And the resource channel, for example, as well. The resource channel is for posting resources that has been helpful to you and resources that you basically want to share, right? So this is basically all for this particular video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on Slack or email me at adiola@ypnai.com. So thank you very much. This will be all for now.